way back in 2019, we made a video talking about how happy we were for the House of the Dead remake that was coming to the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
And then we followed up when we got a few more little tasty nugs, num-nums, munching on them in April of 2021. And since then, it has been radio silent. There's not a month that goes by that somebody isn't leaving a comment on one of those old videos saying, what do you guys know?
Yeah, what's the updates?
We finally have some answers. You guys probably know if you've been around, and if you haven't, we are as big of House of the Dead fans as it gets. But there's a reason to have pause. We are very, very concerned about this project on the Nintendo Switch in particular.
I remember our first video when we talked about the rumors of this, and I was like, dude, yes, House of the Dead 1 and 2 remake, come to the Nintendo Switch. This is awesome. I love House of the Dead. But then, like, the more I thought about it, I was like, how are they going to do this? Joy-Cons, gyro, all this stuff. And then when they released the first trailer, I was still a little bit excited. I'm still a little bit excited, but I'm mostly just like...
So, I'm excited that the franchise has life. That makes me excited.
In the new modern era.
When the new arcade came out, Scarlet Dawn, I was really excited. I'm really excited that maybe some newer gamers will get exposed to the House of the Dead franchise. We'll dive into some of the control concerns later on in the episode, because for the most part, how it controls is being avoided by the media coverage. You're not going to find many official articles that explain in detail how it's going to be controlled, but we think we're onto something, and we'll tell you why in a little bit. But this game, it was originally touted as House of the Dead 1, House of the Dead 2. Those are still both on the table, but the House of the Dead 1 remake is the one the trailer is for, and that drops, what, April 7th?
Yeah, they dropped April 7th. Pre-orders start in March, but I'm pretty sure when it drops, it's just going to be digital, and then physical will come later, which kind of is like, okay, you're kind of half-assing it.
Yeah.
And it initially was going to be House of the Dead 1 and 2 remake, like, together. And now it's just the first one. They're going to... I think I read an article that they're going to wait and release details for the second one after this one comes out. So maybe they're going to see, like, how the first one does.
And then I think there are plans later on down the line for physical releases, so maybe that comes as a collection.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool, a physical collection.
Being released by Forever Entertainment, they released the official trailer, which is what confirmed the release date. I did confirm when going through the comment sections of their trailer, which was a comment replied to by Forever Entertainment, that the game will be $24.99 to download.
Digital. Okay.
Yep, on the
so not
the
a full
Switch
price
eShop.
game.
Yeah. So why has our excitement went from here all the way down to just this kind of, will we probably get it? Yes, because we're House of the Dead freaks. The main problem with this game is going to be the controls, and I really, really, really hope I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. And I've got some great reasons as to why I think that. So nothing was mentioned in the articles about how the game was going to control.
No. And that's a very important thing in a light gun game.
If you watch the trailer, the control, the cursors, right?
Yeah.
The crosshairs, I guess would be the operative word. They seem very floaty, and there's certain spots that seem very inaccurate. Now, those of you that are like, well, you just point at the screen and shoot anyway.
Yeah.
You have got to be surgical. If you don't want to die, if you want to do a no-death run on one of these games, you have to be a badass, and you have to, one, kind of memorize what's coming up in the game, and you got to be
and
spot on.
Some of the boss fights, if you don't hit them, like, a bunch of hits, they'll get you, and you'll. I mean, obviously it's on the Switch, so you're not. But in the original arcade, you have to pump in so many quarters.
Yeah,
you have to be accurate in these games. You have to be.
So, just seeing a little bit of floatiness in the crosshairs and a little bit of what I would say was inaccuracy made me think that whoever was getting the screen cap for that trailer was either using the joysticks, or, which hasn't been confirmed in any articles, a Joy-Con with gyro controls. Now, why would the gyro controls be an issue? Well, there's no infrared sensor. There is nothing that recenters the Joy-Con. It has been confirmed from Forever Entertainment that there are gyro controls for House of the Dead remakes.
Yeah.
It was confirmed in the comment section
of the trailer that just came out.
Yeah, several people are like, well, how's this going to control blah, blah, blah.
It's, man, so that already frustrates me because gyro isn't as accurate, and we have a light gun game on the Switch called Assault Chain Gun, which we talked about in our last House of the Dead video, and I was like, okay, this will kind of give us a feel for it. Dude, it gets out of calibration so easily, and there is a reset button, dude, but you're doing it like every freaking second, and it makes the game not fun.
Yeah, I think it's the best comparative example of how this is going to work, and it is going to work exactly like that. Why I know this is there was another reply in that comment section when someone said, well, how is it going to, there's no infrared sensor. The commenter from Forever Entertainment said, there's a reset button. So what that means is as you calibrate your Joy-Con, you're fine. That is its center point and frame of reference, but it has no way to recenter. So as you move, That becomes the new frame of reference.
Dude, it starts drifting. So, now, they might fix it, but I don't think, dude.
There's no way.
There's no way. It's going to be an absolute train wreck.
And so, what's making us talk about all this is we have talked about how surgical the House of the Dead games have to be. Now, you don't only have to be surgical, but you've got to be constantly resetting the calibration of your Joy-Con.
And on top of that, if we're using a Joy-Con as a gun, this is what a Joy-Con looks like. I'm guessing this is going to be the shoot button. That's so uncomfortable. If you make a gun adaptation, how's that going to work? Because I don't. Well, it's just gonna be weird.
Like, and then do you have access to the reset button? So
yeah, because the reset button's probably going to be on top, dude. It's going to be so uncomfortable. Like, just holding this for a second is already cramping up my hand. Because there's no way to, like, you know what I mean? This is so uncomfortable. And House of the Dead, you're going. It's gonna be frustrating.
Good point. Unless they're using a reload button, you usually shoot off the screen.
So then that's gonna mess up the calibration. Yeah. Oh my god! The more we dive deep into it, it's
from a motion control standpoint, this game is gonna be a train wreck. I think even Alanis Morissette would find this ironic that here we are, modern gaming can't figure out light gun games, but Gen 7 with the PS3 Move, Xbox Connect, and Nintendo Wii can figure out light gun games, and we're struggling with this shit. House of the Dead is best enjoyed with a light gun in one hand, a friend to your left or right, and a beer in the other.
Yeah.
And that is how these games are meant to be played. That is how this channel was born, was that exact scenario right there.
Overkill.
I need to piss. My dick's on fire. I've been on the road for at least 3/4 of an hour with a bladder full of steaming hot piss, slashing left and right with every turn of the road in a way that a bladder full of steaming piss tends to.
I want to be so excited for this. It is going to be a day one purchase because we are so pumped up.
And I'm just very curious because it seems cool because they talked about they added characters, there's different endings, it's up to 2 players, obviously. Like, it's like cool. And I will say the graphics in the trailer, like, it looks freaking sweet compared to the original game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited but super nervous, and I honestly think, like, Forever Entertainment back in 2019 or 2018, whenever they started developing this, they had this awesome idea. They were like, hey, let's bring House of the Dead back. Let's remake it.
Yeah.
That's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
I would fully support that. And then once they dove into the details, they were like, this might not work, but we've already announced it, so we have to do it. And I feel like they bit off more than they could chew. I
think they're just releasing it, to be perfectly honest, on the wrong platform.
Yeah. Dude, released on PlayStation with the PlayStation Move?
Yeah.
That would probably work great.
That'd be perfectly fine.
It's only for Switch as of right now.
You know, Oculus could probably pull it off.
Ooh.
You know, various ways they could do it. I don't think the Switch is going to be the optimum way to play it. Hopefully we get other versions. I do believe a rating was confirmed for Stadia, I believe. Okay. So maybe other options coming down the pipe. Hardcore House of the Dead fans, we probably will get it day one. I hope like hell we can make a response video to this and say we were completely wrong. But I'm 90% sure that we are not.
Yeah.
We will still get it. But before you get too excited, really, really think about how it's going to control. And if you wanted to, you know, the assault chain gun game, if you want to download it on the eShop, it will
get you an idea.
Give you a little bit of an idea of what you're going to be dealing with. I think it's the closest in proximity of how those controls will feel.
It's gonna be frustrating. I'm keeping an open mind, kind of, but I just already know. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna be like, this is cool. And I'm not even going to be able to finish it because I'm going to be frustrated with the controls. I know that's what's going to happen. I know it.
There's nothing worse than a game that you want to love, but it's held back by the controls.
And it's so important in this game.
It is time to review this beer and then get the heck out of here. What do you think of the Drecker? The Noodle Effect.
The Noodle Effect Double IPA. So we've been having a lot of Drecker lately. They've recently came to our area, which is sweet. We did a regular IPA by them a while back, and I was like, dude, this is really good. It kind of tastes like a double IPA. So then I was like, ooh, this is a double IPA. What's this one going to be like? I feel like this double IPA tastes more like a regular IPA than the regular IPA tastes.
This kind of reminds me of like a New England style IPA.
It's very hoppy.
Yeah.
Very hoppy. But juicy. Still, it's good. But it's definitely, probably out of all the Dreckers we've had, this is probably the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd rather have that Ectogasm than this one.
Just the regular IPA. I mean, this is still
damn good.
Serviceable. I had hopes because of their standalone IPA.
Yeah.
Usually double, it's going to be smoother, more flavor. This is just way different. So But
I think it's a really good beer. I love this brewery. They deliver top-notch stuff. If you had a local brewery that this was like their house double IPA, you would be like, these guys are hammer.
Yeah.
So not taking anything away from this, but they are slowly becoming a brewery for us that's releasing like 10 out of 10 brews.
yeah, so it sets the bar so high.
Kind of got like an 8.5 here. Really good.
It's still really good,
yeah.
but not what I was expecting.
But it would be a great brew to be able to play some couch co-op House of the Dead.
Oh my god, play some Overkill.
Yeah.
I just am worried.
Me too.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
In the comment section below, let us know how happy you are for this remake coming out. Are you just happy that the franchise is still alive? We are. What are your concerns? How do you feel it's going to control? Do you think we're right on, or do you think we are dead wrong? Let us know in the comment section below. We appreciate you tuning in and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time right here on the channel that started with House of the Dead Gaming Off the Grid.
Throughout this whole episode, you've been motherfucking everything.
That's my thing. That's how I fucking speak.
Yeah, but there we were, face to face with the real motherfucker.
Huh?
Clement, more than likely